the headlines, the issues impacting you, all on This Week in Cincinnati on 9 on Your Side.
Welcome back. This morning we are speaking with Republican Ohio Congressman Jim Renacci, who is running for U.S. Senate. And of course, we have, just as a side note here, also invited Congressman Renacci's major opponents in the primary, Mike Gibbons, Melissa Atkinson, to join us for This Week in Cincinnati, along with Senator Sherrod Brown. When it comes to immigration, DACA, Dreamers, there are two facets to this, but it's a major sticking point for the Democrats specifically when it comes to certain votes. What are your thoughts first on Dreamers and DACA?
Well, first off, I've always said that Congress should handle this, the president shouldn't. That's what we're supposed to be doing. When President Obama took it upon himself to just say we're going to let Dreamers stay here and no conditions, no problems, that's not what the president should be doing. That's what Congress should be doing. So it is tough decisions. It's what I told you earlier. Congress has to make the decisions they're required to do. They have to quit worrying about the next election and start worrying about the next generation. So I am a big believer that when it comes to DACA and Dreamers, we need to give them some path, but let's face it, if you're illegal and you're an illegal immigrant, there's a reason why the word illegal is there. So let's give you a path, let's allow you to find a way back here to be there, but I'm not going to let you in just bypass all the rules. Too many people have had to go through the immigration process. You can't just walk right in. So I think that's what the president wants to do. That's what I would like to see done. There was,
speaking of immigration outside of the Dreamers, we've seen a number of headlines and cases where folks who've been in the country 40 years. In one instance, a man up in the Cleveland area, Amir Adi, who actually received his orders for deportation in 2009, but he's had a number of politicians to help him over time and kind of stay things, and he just had to check back in with ICE over time. But here, after 40 years, he's a businessman, owns several different businesses. His wife, his children are U.S. Citizens, but now he's been deported. Is the system going after the right people? Should there be, and I get this where, okay, you're illegal, you're illegal. There's a system set up, we need to stick with it. Is that archaic? If somebody's been here for 4 decades and they're successful in their business and they provide jobs and taxes, of course, and everything else, shouldn't that go under a different evaluation than someone who's robbing a bank or knocking over, a gas station?
So here's what I've been told by somebody who's gone through the process. I've had to fly back and forth from D.C. to Cleveland, where I've had people going through the immigration process. Congressman, please don't let anyone become a citizen without going through what I went through. So let's sit in their shoes first before we make that decision. They're saying, I'm going through a process, I'm in a process, or I went through a process, everybody should do it. Right. When I looked at this gentleman, 40 years here, why didn't he go through the process? Why didn't he work through that? He could have been already legal. So we have to start somewhere. But the person I want to think about more than any, I want to think about him, but I want to think about the woman who sat next to me in the airplane who said, I went through that process. Don't let people get here without going through the process. So I think there's 2 sides to every coin.
Sure.
We need to look at both sides.
All right, Congressman, thank you for giving us some time this morning. I certainly appreciate it. Of course, we're going to follow your campaign and those who are running against you as we move forward to the May.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, This Week in Cincinnati. We'll be right back.